Good morning, Pillai. Good morning. Are you able to hear me? Pillai, good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not able to hear you. Let me check it out. Logi headset. Yes, everything is perfect. All good from my side. Okay. Pillai, can you speak up? Shashi Kumar, good morning.
Good morning, doctor. Good morning.
Perfect. I can hear you.
Yes, doctor. Yeah. I'm okay, doctor. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me now? Good morning, doctor.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Pillai.
Just a second, please.
గిరి నా బ్యాగ్ ఏదో చేస్తావా? గిరిజా ఓ స్పూన్ ఇచ్చింది దీంట్లో పట్టి తినేసిన.
Yes.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Have attached. 1 second. Student. Yes. So today Bala and Shashi Kumar has joined. And Pillai, as usual. Have you gone to the mail?
Yes.
The previous mail, yeah? You have gone to the previous mail. And Pillai, can you speak right now?
Yes, doctor. I'm speaking.
Okay, now we can hear. Now we can hear. Yes, today what I want to give you our line. We're going a little fast. We don't want to be, very, very slow. I have set and set deadline to finish our work. I want to discuss with you today. At the same time, I will be giving you a structure of our report as well. Thesis. Let me share. Firstly, research proposal one.
గిరి గిరా
Shashi Kumar is speaking which language, Shashi Kumar? Shashi Kumar, which language you use?
Doctor, myself, Telugu speaking in house.
Oh my God, why? You are Tamil.
I'm not Tamil actually. We speak Telugu in house.
Okay, that's why I'm not understanding, since I feel that Shashikumar belongs to Tamil Nadu. No,
Sorry,
you
doctor.
speak
The audio was
Telugu?
wrong. Yes, doctor.
Okay, Kottilla, which means Telugu
No,
or
doctor.
Kannada? Kannada.
No. Kottala, I think it's not Telugu actually, maybe Kannada.
Kannada. Okay. Got it. Don't make sound. Okay. I want to share you some of the things of PhD thesis structures and all, which will give you some idea how we can dedicate our time for the thesis writing. Pile, today I will be giving you some idea about your PhD research proposal as well. Okay. That the one that you have shared to me. Others can also follow the same. Yes. PhD thesis structure, I want to give you the very quickly. As usual, I'll be giving you some model later. For the title page, always we'll be having PhD thesis write-ups, like title of the thesis and author's name, institution department, date of submission, supervisor name, everything you will be including in that. That one we can also discuss last moment when you're going for the final submission. Okay, Shashikumar came into. I'm having some issue with my mic, I believe. Are you hearing any background voice?
It was clear, Doctor, when you speak.
Perfect, yeah? Okay. So the next one is a small abstract. For your thesis writing, I'm talking about it. Abstract will be a brief summary of your research, key findings of your study, and significance of your research. These three things will be included in your abstracts. Abstracts is a very smaller aspects of your studies. A brief analysis of your study. I think Ami is also joining. Let's wait for. Good morning, Ami.
Morning, Doc. Morning, fellow doctors.
Yes, Ami, we are waiting for you.
Good morning.
Sorry, doctor.
Okay, we are
Morning,
discussing about
doctors.
the PhD thesis structure. In the structure, we are starting from a title page that we have already discussed about it. And second one is abstract. Abstract is a small, brief summary about your entire research. We can give it. I will be giving you the guidelines later as well, how you can write it. Then we are starting from a small acknowledgement, the recognition of contribution from the advisors, peers, and supportives, etc. Then we will be having a table of content. That is a list of chapters, sections, list of tables and figures. These things are as usual for every works. You might have done your project before for that same thing that being used. And then second one, that is a chapter 1 introduction. Chapter 1 introduction is a replica or duplicate copy of your research proposal. Okay. We are already having a research proposal that without having much change, we are writing our introduction chapter. These are the major things that we can incorporate in our introduction chapter. A detailed analysis of explanation of introduction chapter is I'll be again showing you after this PPT. I have prepared one PDF for your reference as well. You can follow that one. And someone feel, I also wanted to add some more point into this. Like hypothesis. Hypothesis is also a very important element. You can also add in this. Someone wants to write separately scope of the study in the chapter 1. You can write it. So this is only a structure I'm talking about. Apart from the structure, you can also add some important points that you feel to add. Later, we will be having a revision and the feedback, whether we wanted to add it or change. we can discuss later as well. Some important points that you feel that you can write it. What do you mean by assumptions? Assumptions are hypotheses. Assumptions are hypotheses. So these are the things we'll cover mostly on the chapter 1. Okay. And the second one, chapter 2, that is the literature review. If someone is asking at any point of time, what are your thesis chapters, then you must be able to give. My first chapter is introduction chapter. Second is literature review. Third will be what? Can anybody tell me? Third chapter.
Methodology.
Absolutely. Research methodology. Very good, Ami. So literature review chapter, this is, it's purely a creativity of a researcher. Literature review, you can also include many things. Firstly, introduction you have written. You will be writing about your theoretical framework, what you can write accordingly. Major theories you will be including into this. You will be getting a separate lecture from my side for each chapters, okay, before we are going to start after the deadline. And it's only a brief session about what is your structure all about. And the third is review of literatures. I think Pillai has given me in your research proposal some of the case studies at the end. Yes, case studies he referred related to his topic. He has added there. So that one you can take directly from into your literature review. But we will be following certain structure inside the literature review chapter. For example, case studies. Under the certain topics we'll be writing. And some of the literature's work, we are writing some topics as per our dependent and independent variable. Then finally, we are concluding with a research gap. Why we are doing? What is the difference between other research work already done and what is my research work gap? That is already you done in your research seminar presentation. And coming to the research methodology, chapter 3. How many of you remember some layers? I'm not particularly pronouncing the name. I want to get it from your side. What is the name of that research methodology? Something that we discussed.
The onion.
Absolutely. Research onion layers, yeah? Research onion layers. That itself is more than enough to explain your research methodology chapter. For each layer, we must be having certain, for example, what is our research design? Ami may be telling about my research design is quantitative, but most of the people may be having some mixed method of using the qualitative and quantitative. Ami wants to get reply from his healthcare respondents, that's the patients and many other people, those who are approaching and using the service. At the same time, he also wanted to get the response of the focused interview from experts in the field. And the second one, those managers who are dealing the different departments, you also want to get the feedback of them. And these are the three people. And you also will be using some qualitative data, theoretical data. Some studies already done, the research feedback and findings also will be used. So you are telling my study is mixed methods, including qualitative and quantitative. So research methodology chapter, that is the essence of everyone's chapter. There's a pillar of your thesis that will be clearly discussing how we can do. And sometime you will be having some doubts. Shashikumar is doing the research in the field of EV battery. No, that's Bala doing.
Myself, doctor, regarding
EV battery side. So you wanted to get some data and you're asking a question. Doctor, population is very huge. 1,000 or 10,000 people are using the EV. So how can we get the sampling size? That's a question. Whether can we take 500 or 700 or 150, 200, what depends how we have to take that sampling. That's a question comes. We'll be discussing at the time when we start writing our research methodology chapter. And where we'll be discussing everything in detail about the data analysis techniques, data collection method. Are we going for sampling survey or boxed interview questions, ethical consideration? For example, you may be using your industry data, your institution data. So is there any problem to use this? We have to mention. And I will be telling you some very important thing. Someone is using, for example, oil and other sector, Pillay. If you're going for collecting the data from the particular industry or institution, they may be having a lot of problems related to that. So you do one thing, generalized data, you can take it. You can choose some more industries or some more companies. Then, you are not highlighting the particular company's weakness, or you're not highlighting the particular company's shortcomings. So you'll be safe. Most of the companies are not ready to reveal the data. It's a matter of confidentiality. At the same time, it's a matter of, the goodwill. Yeah. So they will not be giving. So you can do a generalized study. For me, I will tell you, I've taken some business school for talent management studies. I have gone through different management schools. The study is having some of the negative side of business school, why they have shut down in southern part of India. Southern part of India, there are a number of business schools are shut down at the time. What is the reason? And why the employee faculty retentions are happening? So if I'm telling, okay, the institution is not having the good compensation package, they're not having, uh, good employee value proposition. So that is not good for the institution. Yeah. So what I have done, rather than highlighting these are the number of business school, I've said business school comes under southern state of India's. So it's not directly attacking every business school or particular schools. No, we can generalize it. That depends upon our studies. Okay. I will be discussing later as for that.
Okay.
So limitations of your study will be including in that. And all of you, please note it down all your questions today, but every question that you want to ask related to PhD thesis. And chapter 4, we also call it as data analysis and interpretation chapter. So there are certain people who may be having chapter 4, data analysis and interpretation chapter, and someone feel, I wanted to write separate chapter for findings. They can also write it. Okay, this is structure is depends. Basically, we will be having 5 chapter. Okay, you can follow the same. Or if you want to say findings you want to write in the next chapter, you can write it, no problem. Analysis and interpretation can be in one chapter. Its findings can be separate chapter. It's up to you. So in this chapter, we are collected data will be processed and analyzed by using different software. I come after my MBA session. They are also doing some research for MBA project. They're using only SPSS data for that. But for your study, you will be using some other things like AMOS softwares. There's some variables analysis. We will be doing something, detailed one. That is very important for your study since you're doing a thesis. That's why. And chapter 5, there's a conclusion recommendation. Your findings, what you got it, you are concluding here, and your recommendations and discussions and implications, final remarks, everything you will be writing in the chapter 5. That is conclusion recommendation. Can somebody tell me what all chapters we are having and what is first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter, please?
Yes, Doctor.
First chapter.
Start with abstract, initially structure, title, author's name, institutions, departments, date of submission. Then comes with the abstract. Abstract should have a brief summary of our research, and it shall have key findings, research significance. Then comes acknowledgement, then a table of content. It has a list of chapters and list of figures. Then comes the chapter 1, the introduction chapter. Introduction chapter will have a background of the problem, statement of the problem, purpose of the study, the research questions, significance of the study, definition of the terms, assumptions and limitations. The assumptions can be our hypothesis. Chapter 2 will be literature review. It must have introduction, conceptual or theoretical framework, review of research, teams, organized by teams. Then the identification of research gaps. Whatever we are doing the literature review, then from that we can take the research gaps. So that will be helpful for our research. From the gap we can mention because of this gap we are going with this research. Then the chapter 3, methodology, that is very critical. We can say the pillar of the research. Research design, it can be qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methodology. In the mixed methods, research questions and hypotheses should be there. And the population and sample size, data collection methods, data analysis techniques, ethical considerations, and limit values.
Perfect.
Chapter 4 will be research findings. It starts with introduction and our research findings.
Very good.
It shall be in the order of our research questions.
Very good.
Then the interpretation of data, summary of key results, and finally, chapter 5 is our conclusion and recommendation. That's yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So these are the different chapters we are having, and each chapters. Before starting the each chapters, you will be getting a separate sessions that is clearing your doubts related to chapter. And for some of the chapter like data analysis and interpretation, we'll be having a number of classes. We need that number of classes we require for data analysis and interpretation chapter. Other part is, introduction chapter, I don't feel that we need more classes and all. And some of the doubts are best clarified during our research seminar presentation itself. Literature review also, once we started, we'll be having a review sessions, feedback sessions individually, or someone who needs a separate session for writing the literature review, some more attention, some more things you need to have, we can have a separate session for that. So more altogether, now our thesis writing, once we started, we don't have any lecture series particularly. Lecture series we don't need it. Yeah, it is all about you're doing a work and sending me and giving a feedback. We are conducting a session based on that. And when we need a very important session, I believe, research methodology one. But already we have taken research methodology session, but we will be having something detailed one again to recollect all the ideas and all. Analysis interpretation chapter is another aspect. You may not be knowing about some statistical tools, factor analysis, reliability test, many things are required over there that we will be doing. We'll be doing together. That side, I'll be helping you to process the data mostly, and you can interpret it yourself with this after the session. And now I'm turning it to very important aspects that the references we'll be doing referencing. Now you are following referencing, but Pillai cases, only in the research proposal, what I seen, references you didn't follow. Proper referencing style. APA style you can follow. APA referencing style you can follow. Other things are perfect. Okay, very good work you done. And I also told to management yesterday, we are having one meeting. I send your works to them, research proposal work. I felt students are doing good work, and your proposal I have sent to them. And okay, and appendix will be including supporting documents, survey questionnaire, and ethical approval forms. We'll be having an ethical approval form in which we are telling ourselves, okay, we are not hurting anyone. We are keeping the confidentiality of report. Sometime if you need to take your organizational, consent to take the work to be done, that's also we'll be doing that, okay, by looking the necessity of that. Ethical approval form, we will be completing that. These things will be attaching with the appendix. Now, this is very tentative one. I framed it. You can also take a screenshot of it. So your disagreements, your agreements, and it's my perception, I've just framed it, okay? And I will be discussing the same with the management also. And why I prepared this timetable, something very important reason I'll be disclosing with you. I'm not sure about how many of you are ready to follow this, or whether some people may be very happy to see this deadlines. Some people may be, okay, oh my God, it's something very fast, or something you may be feeling that. So this is the framework I have prepared it as of now. And in the month of February will be your research proposal week months. Okay, research proposal months, amending, corrections, and final submissions, and getting the feedback to continue or not to continue with the same topic or not. February month. Are you getting my point? Or maximum March first week. Please note it down. Research proposal finalizing, and by 1st of March or the last of February. Chapter 1, we are finishing by March 2025. Complete first chapter. I believe by seeing your performance, your people performance, okay, those who are attending the session right now, you can do that, these things. And chapter 2, literature review chapter, April month. April month, just changes, 10 days, 1 week is not a problem, okay? And chapter 3, May 2025. 4 is a June, July, August. 3 months time, data analysis interpretation chapter, because we want some time to go for a data collections, taking the data, conducting the interview, etc., processing the data, rewriting it. Many corrections are required. Chapter 5, September month 2025, which means chapter 5, which is, anybody is remembering what is chapter 5? Is a conclusion, recommendation, final chapter, which won't take enough time to write it. And other works related to your submission, including paper publication and pre-submissions and research conferences. Meanwhile, also you can do that, okay? Research conferences, etc., can be done in the month of October and November 2025. And why I made this deadline, you know very well, always we'll be taking 1 month addition, yeah, etc., etc. So I don't want to prolong your work. Since your people are committing, dedicating your work very well, I want to get the result at the earliest possible in your hand. I'm ready for this work. I'm ready. I usually, from the supervisor side, you will be getting delay. Usually it's a practice. I experienced it, but I'm ready for this work since, whenever I ask for the works you are sending me, you're completing that. So I understand you can also move little quickly. Yeah, quickly you can complete it. Once we're done with, if, from the university side, we may be requiring more time to submit sometime. So no problem. Once we're getting ready, any changes happen, we can incorporate it. They're asking for some amendment. We'll be getting a lot of time for this. So once we having the works in our hand, we will feel really relaxed. The last months, the last 6 months, we can go for number of publication, conferences, and many other reviews and etc. So we will not feel stressed ourselves. This is the pattern. I developed it and I've sent to the management, our academic administrative team. So I'm waiting for the confirmation. Before that, I also want to know your feedback on the same, whether am I going with the same pace with your mind, or any changes, disagreements? Tell me.
It's fine, doctor. To my opinion, it's very fine. You can move ahead with the dates.
Pillai is very serious today because his voice is not good today, right?
No, doctor. I traveled to India today morning, 4 o'clock only I reached here.
Okay. Understand. Once the people's voice is not good, voice, I'm also having the same voice when I woke up little early or something. The voice will be very serious. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Pillai, you are okay with this?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. Then others, please. Bala, Shashikumar, Ami.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Or just only
Yes, Ami?
Doctor, with just only few to consider it pertaining
Yeah.
to the timetable you have,
Yes.
especially on the surveys and questionnaires to be dealt with. I'm sure 3 months is quite But is there any chance that this can be, I mean, the questionnaires to be provided for the surveys, will you provide us or help us in getting through with all of these things, especially creating letters to the companies
Mm.
uh, to be able to fast track all
So
the timetable in,
Ami's question is chapter 4, which means questionnaire
yeah,
development, sharing the questionnaire, getting the data,
yeah,
interpreting the data. This may not be sufficient.
exactly, doctor, to the point
Yes,
that
yes. No problem. I will tell you. Usually, when we have done my research, I got 6 month time. 6 month time for data collection, interpretation, many other things. At the time, system, I went directly to the people. Are you getting my point? I didn't send my questionnaire. I sent to the people and different part of our India and asked the people to fill it in front of me and give me. The risk, yeah, for this. But
that
but believe me, for your case, mostly digital, right? You can send digital somewhat is good right now. People are very, very familiar about it. So no problem for
yes,
this as well.
doctor.
So just think of it 5 minutes. I'm just coming back. Yeah, I'm just coming back. Think of it, anything you need to add. Like Amy said, we can make the changes, no problem in that. Adding the 1 month, 2 months, it's up to you. Depends upon. I'm not strictly telling you, okay, you need to adhere to all these timetables very, very strongly. But those who can follow, this is best. Or those who cannot, just some changes are not a problem. Yeah. I'm just coming back. Just 3 minutes. 3 minutes time. Yes. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Doctor.
Perfect. Perfect. So I want to share the same. Where it is. Oh my God. Okay. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Perfect.
doctor.
Perfect.
Yes,
Addition of this are not a concern. We can manage it, and I will also share you one of the very important file of your write-ups. PhD structure, PhD thesis short. Are you able to see this? The screen?
yes, doctor. Yes.
Dissertation
Yes,
body.
doctor.
I will share you
Yes.
this, okay? I will share you this. A dissertation overview, a title page, signature page, abstract. These things we'll be doing the last only. These are the 5 distinct chapters that we have already mentioned. Introduction, review of literature, methodology, presentation of research, summary, implication, conclusion. Names will be little bit changed. No worries. We can make the changes accordingly. References, bibliography, and appendix. Chapter 1, these are the important points you can mention, as I have already mentioned. Review of literature, a qualitative and quantitative, which means you can only follow the one, okay? Both are same. Both are the same. Nothing much difference in that. And oh my God. Okay, so okay, so we have written chapter 3, chapter 4, research and findings. Then chapter 5, discussion, suggestion for the future research, etc. Dissertation structure, something detail also being written here. The word count is something different, not this word count. Word count I will tell you, okay, later as well. There are some people who are writing chapter 2, background. Chapter, are you here? Oh my God, what am? You can see me, right? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Doctor.
There are
Yes.
some
Yes.
people who are, I have already told you, the thesis chapterization, you know, they will be doing as per the convenience as well. Sometime literature review chapter, they'll be doing the 2. They'll be doing the 2. Background chapter, they're writing the chapter 2, and literature review separately they'll be writing. But that you can decide. For example, someone who wants to write more about the background, yeah, that is important as per your research, then you can make it separate chapter for background. Or I would suggest you just go for only one chapter, that is background literature review as a one. And why I'm giving this detailed discussion, because while you're looking into number of studies, you will be finding like chapter 2 as a background, chapter 3 as a literature review. So what is the difference? So I'm telling something different. Yeah, you should not be confused for that. That's why. So there are certain people, they are writing chapter 2 as a background chapter, chapter 3 as a literature review chapter. But I suggest you to write chapter 2 as a literature review and the background of the study. You can write as together. What all the things you need to consider is being written here. Then chapter 3, there's a methodology chapter. You have best idea about what all the research philosophy, approach, and methods, design and piloting, population, sampling size, sampling techniques, data analysis, validity, reliability, you know, limitations of research ethics will be covering over here. And finally, the chapter 5, that's a findings chapter, then discussion chapter. People used to write separately, but we will be writing chapter 5, findings, or discussion, recommendation, all together we'll be writing. Never consider this one for the chapterization. There's only detailed analysis only. It depends upon someone who feel, I want to write a chapter separately, discussion chapter separately. You can write it, no problem. Someone who wants to write conclusion recommendation separately as a chapter 7, write out. Findings separately, you can write it. Yeah, this is up to your write-up is all about. Now, so I want to share now Pillai's work. Research proposal Pillai. You are able to see here the Pillai research proposal, I believe. You can see. Anyone, can you please respond?
Yes, doctor. Yeah, we could see.
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So the major idea behind research proposal is we must include a small introduction about your topic and what is your statement of the problem, what is your research question, research objective, hypothesis of your study, then some of the literatures you need to add it, literature review, very brief literature review, you need to mention your research methodology. Research onion layer you're following, you need to write what all the research onion layer you're following for your research, small, and very few returns only needed over here. Then your limitations of your study, your research gap you can mention, scope of your study, you can mention it, and finally direction for your future research or something like that. You can also add it, it's optional one. So let's see, his cover page is really good. Researcher name supervised by research proposal 2025. Content, introduction he has mentioned, problem statement included in this, objective, significance of the study. Someone who wants to take the screenshot of it, they can also take it, okay, no problem. Literature review, again, mentioned starting from is a background of study, okay, historical context, Middle East role, technology innovation, policy framework. Research questions, methodology, what he has chosen has mentioned, and finally the discussion of the case studies. This is separately as added. Separately as added on the base of the case study, he has also added the findings. It's up to you. He has added separately. That is only optional for other people, okay? Yes, it's good that you're adding your case studies in the findings side also. Actually, usually the case studies report will comes only in the literature review, but he has added because he want to relate his finding. That's why. Other case study references. Done. Small abstract is always good before starting your introduction. Introduction, problem statement, significance of the study, literature review. Yes, Middle East role, technology role, policy framework, research question, he has framed it very well. Missing is the research objectives is missing. Pillai, are you here? Pillai, can you hear me?
Dr. Pillai, there's no audio with your mic.
Pillai, I don't know, we're not able to hear you. No, Pillai, we are not able to hear you properly. I don't know why. Okay. Let him join, right, Shashi Kumar? Pillai can join.
Yes, doctor.
I think
he again he may reconnect again. Let us wait.
okay. Yes.
Doctor, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. Now perfect.
Yeah.
So you can also add your research objectives.
Okay. Doctor.
Methodology need a little clarification as well. Methodology, mixed method approach combining primary data, secondary data triangulation ensure reliability, tool SPS for static test, Excel for visualization, combines qualitative insight with the quantitative metrics to provide. Okay. I will be sharing you one more method. You can continue the same, no problem. you can also follow the one of the research proposal I'm having. You can just use that as well. Findings and discussion of the case studies. Very good. Very good. Pillai can directly take all these case studies in your literature review chapter when you are preparing your final thesis.
Okay.
But something is missing in terms of citation. We will not give the sources like this.
Okay.
We'll be giving all the sources in the sense references only in the references side, not in inside.
Okay.
You can delete it. Okay, I will tell you how you can write the source properly.
Okay.
Number of studies are there. It's not, others while seeing this work, they may be feeling, okay, why we need number of things? It's like a thesis. No, it's optional. Okay, you can write it or not. No need to write it. It's optional. See, what is lacking in this research proposal, I will be sharing one model, then we'll be able to understand. This, your referencing style, you need to change.
Okay, like what we put in our...
Yeah, this referencing style, you have to follow APA format. APA format means, firstly, the APA style we say is reference style format, or how our reference style also you can use it, in which firstly author name will come. Then the year of the publication will be comes. Then title of the publication or the article will be there. Then article, version or press, which publication, etc. will becomes. See here, and you missed the author name here. Then some of the author name is already missed. One more thing you have to make sure. For example, in your second part, okay. So make sure some of the articles as well. Articles, like the name of the author is, some authors are, some researchers have contributed into studies. Yeah, there will be some studies will be like this. For example, Asat 2023, something like. And whenever you are writing some facts and figures, make sure you are including the citation for this. See, who told this? 50% of the world oil reserves are here.
Okay.
I know very well you have an idea about it. It's your knowledge, your observation, but from where you got it, that idea. Then you need to mention here in the bracket. For example, Shashi Kumar mentioned in one of the article. Okay, so Shashi Kumar or Kumar, comma 2023. Bracket close. Done. That is the citation we says.
Okay.
Then see, 75% is the global energy. Who said it? From where the information you got it. Okay, these things you have to mention. So without proactive adaptation, the economic instead diminishes global influence. What is the objective? Objective means your study's objective?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Okay, then you don't need to add it. Already you have mentioned your research objective. Mention here research objective. Then explore innovation required for sustainable energy solutions, less effective Middle Eastern economics and hydrocarbons. Civil study. These are the fine. Literature review. Okay, we cannot write too much literature review anyhow. Okay, I'm just closing this. Oh my God, my battery is going down.
Just a few questions in terms with the literature review.
Yes, please.
How many, what's the minimum number of citations do we have to include
in the research proposal or your literature thesis?
And the research proposal plus in the paper itself?
Minimum 5 to 10 you can include. 5 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a study of a student. Okay, organizational culture, employee well-being in the UAE educational institution. Okay, so this is a proposal as well. How the proposal has been followed, you can have an idea. Okay, this is not a perfect model. Research problem, statement, literature review. See, literature review related to the topic they have mentioned. Direct to the topic. You have to bring some of the literatures direct to the topic. See, this is the methodology aspects, how they are brought into. Introduction, context, research problem. Research problem, whatever you have written is good, okay, Pille. And you can also bring some of the framework of your studies, questions and objective. I would suggest, Pille, to follow this research objective format.
Okay.
Research question, that is you are written good. Literature review, provide a proper heading for the literature review, like your topic oil, and it's directly addressing your topic. Those literatures will be good. See, I said some of the literature like this, the person name, you can bring it, and Medina 2012, something like that, or according to this person in the study, it particularly mentioned. This is something, a study framework they have brought into. Methodology and conception, they have followed this picture. You can also add this picture in your work, then mention research philosophy. Positive approach. Why positive? Only this much is required. See, only this much. Because otherwise, detail will be writing the research methodology chapter only. Research approach. What is your research approach? Deductive or inductive? This already you have mentioned in your some of the presentation, I believe. Research strategy. What is the sampling method you're thinking to take? For example, you're collecting the data from those users, 500 data, or focus interview, you want to conduct 50 numbers or 15 to 20 people, experts in the field, you can mention. Data collection method, qualitative and quantitative. Ethical consideration, you can follow this. Limitation, you can follow this. And conclusion, a small conclusion you can mention here. Referencing list. See, are you able to see? Referencing while you're writing, you have to follow, alphabetic order. The starting from A, order will be first. B, C. Are you able to follow me?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Okay, actually, this is a picture. That's why it happened. In appendix, whatever you mentioned in the appendix is fine. As of now, the case studies picture, that you can make in the appendix also. Some of the case studies, whatever you have written in the case studies, that you can make in the appendix side.
Okay, doctor.
Perfect. So you want the one that I have shared you right now? You want to be shared?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
For thesis
Yes,
as well as
doctor,
for research
please.
proposal.
I will send you everything today itself. So now your focus area must be completing your research proposal. Okay. And Ami, all good?
Yes,
As of
doctor.
now?
Yes.
I want to see Dr. Ami, Dr. Bala, Dr. Shashikumar, and Dr. Pillai at the earliest possible. And I want to be relaxed.
Doctor, regarding submission dates, can I tell my opinion, doctor?
Very sure, very sure.
In my case, I may require 2 months or 3 months postpone for all the chapters.
Okay. Which
So,
means
2 or 3 months. Now I could see April, May, June. So 2-3 months additional I need required for all.
okay. We have time. No problem. That is a stipulated time we have received from other side, but it's only speed upping the things that's all about. You can simply mention a mail,
Yes,
Shashikumar. Then it will be there. It will be stored. Yeah, that's
okay.
good. Take the deadline in your hand and just write down. These are the deadline I'm fixing with.
And will you be in a position to give a thesis reference, any reference?
I will give you.
So that will,
some model thesis I will be giving for following.
okay, to follow and asked on our university, for our university, how does it look like that?
Yes. I have requested them that they'll be sending to me. I will be sending you back.
Okay. And when I surf to our internet for some clarification,
Yeah.
if they ask some doubts will they be expecting us to give some bona fide certificate that we are a student of this particular university? Will you be giving some bona fide certificate?
That can be given. That can be
Okay.
given. Yeah,
And
whenever you're going for any data collection, they may be asking, okay, what you're doing, from where you're doing, and all.
yes.
There may be some question. It will not happen when you are sharing your Google forms and all, but although it can be provided by the university side and the our academic side itself.
Okay.
So you do one thing. You just these points, just include in your mail. That's good.
Okay. Because they ask whether you're a student from some university, they should have
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is very
some
mandatory.
letter.
Very mandatory. I have, when I went to my data collection, I requested to the management. They have received, I have requested to my university and they have sent to me. So I have used that particular one with the signature of dean or someone, or at least the institution is fine. So otherwise the problem is, when we are approaching, they'll be asking from where you got it, from where you're coming. It may be some confidentiality matter. That can be sorted out, no issue for that.
Okay.
So I didn't hear anything from the Bala. Bala here or not? Bala here. Bala is not here. Okay. So I believe you will communicate the same with the Bala also. Yeah, Bala here. Bala here. I think some issue with, your voice.
My voice?
Yeah. Now it's okay. Now it's okay. Anything you wanted to add, Bala, related to the timetable that I have given in the slide? You want to change, you want to get extra time. There is no stringent policy, okay? It's flexible. Yeah.
In fact, me and Mr. Pillai, we want to finish off at the earliest. So even if you advance.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready here.
Yeah. We'll just
Okay,
sit and we'll finish.
I got
whatever
it.
the
You already mentioned that a few months before as well. You people have mentioned. We can do that. We can do that. Perfect. So any doubts related to your research proposal and etc.? Yes, Pala, continue, please.
with all your support, I'm saying.
That is always. I'm very happy to see your final outcome. I'm eager to see that. So I can expect your research proposal, amended one from the part of Pillai. Take your time, Pillai, no problem. And Bala, Ami, and Shashikumar, just find some time to write your research proposal. We can continue our work as it is. And
Yes,
the
Doctor.
next coming classes, there will be some changes in terms of, once we have particular content to discuss, I will be mentioning the mail. Otherwise, 2 days before, if someone wants to have a session, Shashikumar feel, I have some doubts and clarification required and face-to-face session is required. We can also use the same for Sunday session. Okay. Now, what is coming ahead is all about your contribution to the work, not the supervisor one. And all the doubts related to things can be clarified during the session time. Perfect. So thank you so much for joining. And the same commitment, same dedication I could see the beginning of the almost 1.5 years before what you have shared. The same is still I could see from your side. So thank you so much, and we'll be continuing our journey more better. Thank you.
Thank
So
you,
have a
Doctor.
nice day, everyone.
Have a great day, fellow
Have a
doctors.
great day.
Have a great day, sir. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.